Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. From the gun, it's Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
Makes the score Cowboys 7. Eagles nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone touchback here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and now fall incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They enter play here number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
That's to the running back, Jaden Blue. And he spins past him and into space. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field and what was a fairly innocuous play call.
Play action now, Prescott. Open man left side, Shaheed has it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
For that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 4. Barkley, inside handoff. Room here to run. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Eagles 7. To kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Blue trying the right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Prescott now from the 50. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play here for Dallas. 47 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Blue will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace. Pick drop by Trayvon Diggs. Fighting down past the 45. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go, 46.
On 1st down, it's Blue. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jaden Blue with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Savon Rebel. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out and you got it.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half. Aubrey good with a PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Savon Rebel. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here's Prescott. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Prescott to throw it. Gets this into the hands of Blue. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Throwing. Prescott. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
To the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
At the 1-yard line.
Yeah!
Now a toss, left side, it's Blue. And he'll get in! Touchdown, Cowboys! Jaden Blue on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10. They're on 35 yards.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Burt sets up to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll throw now on the final play. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. Oh, and that is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Yeah, here we go.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Call it a gain of a yard. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 47.
Here's Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a 1st down.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
To the air again, Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he's got it. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Brandon Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. An 18-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch. Over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping it. This is caught at the 20. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
That's another Eagles first down. First and goal at the
Throwing is Hurts. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Great, set. On anyone, hit.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
The Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jaden Blue, 39 yards. And the Cowboys are pouring it on. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Eagles 15.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Savon Revel. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jaden Blue, 41 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Aubrey now for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day.